All right, everyone, I'm back at the shop. Just getting in here and finding out what's going on. The Mazda Tribute, I guess it's a first-time customer, I'm not really sure. He said that he would like to fix the exhaust, do the oil change, bulbs, and some other stuff. The engine is misfiring. The engine is misfiring. The engine light's on. The coolant light's on. He's approved some stuff. He didn't want to pay for a diagnosis. He says, and he states, that he paid for a diagnosis at Mavis. They told him it was $3,000 to fix this Mazda Tribute. I wish I had an estimate. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. I'm just curious to see. You ready? Like the Hodge twin said, every time he goes in, it's $3,000 to get their cars fixed. So, 174 on this car is probably not that. Cylinder 5 misfire. I don't see $3,000 worth of work. So, what do I suspect on this car here? At 180,000 miles, I have a few suspicions, but I'm going to tell you it probably needs intake gaskets. Is it on both sides? So we have System 2 lean bank 2, cylinder 5 misfire, 135 is bank 1, so let me go back to that. Let me just show you how my logic is here. So it's saying it's 2 lean on bank 2, and it has a cylinder misfire on bank 1. I need to check to make sure I'm right about that, because it's typically 135. EGR recirculation insufficient flow detected, and an evap small leak. And there's quite a bit of things here. Is there $3,000 worth of work needed on this Mazda Tribute? I'm going to tell you absolutely not. So I don't know where the Mavis, you know, remember when I said I say M? I'm not specifically speaking about anyone in particular, but I'm going to say Mavis here because that's what the customer told me. How do you pop the gas cap door on this old vehicle? Is it old Ford style? Curious. Open says me. Interesting. So anyone in the business here, depends on where cylinder 5 is on this engine. Why won't that open? Ah! So old I don't remember. 180K. Aftermarket gas cap is a no-no. I don't believe that's its only problem. You heard it here. The customer wants us to do the work that he came in for. He didn't want to pay for a diagnosis. And to be honest with you, I really have to diagnose the evap system, and I really have to diagnose the EGR system. So all I can do is advise this guy from here on out, because he said the M, the Mavis, wasn't really too descriptive on what was wrong with the check engine light. And I'm shocked, because if they got paid to do a diagnostic, why didn't they do it? So now I'm doing it for free. So I'm basically performing a diagnosis for free. So ready, let me take you through it. Mr. Customer, you see this? That will cause a lean code. All this stuff here, not done right, cause a lean code. So these two don't fit right. Intake boot is intact. That vacuum line that commands the EGR valve to open is broken. I mean, there's a bunch of other things for the EGR system that could be a problem, but just a simple visual inspection. Okay, Mr. Customer, you got a bad vacuum line. No big deal. You know, usual suspects on this are the EGR feedback sensor. It's not very often that I see the EGR is bad. Very seldomly do I see the VSV bad for the EGR. But this is what he got down the street. So I remember, customers come to my shop, they're within 10 miles of my center. So when I hear that it was $3,000 to fix their car, and like the Hodge brothers said, every time they go into the quick lube or the dealership or something like that, it's always $36.50 or something like that, not including the tire rotation. So do I believe that this guy's problems are going to be resolved? Simply, no. If he really wants me just to guess, I can. At 180K, there's a lot of guessing to go on, but you really need to do a diagnosis. So, and I'm just showing was this that darn simple. Hey, Mr. Customer, your EGR vacuum line's broken. Here, it's very suspect that this is bad. Very common for Fords to have a failed digital feedback sensor on the EGR. Hey, Mr. Customer, I don't know who worked on your car, but this doesn't work for lean codes. Aftermarket mass airflow sensor, yeah, I don't trust that either. I mean, I truly feel that some customers want the right advice to fix their car, and they're willing to pay for it, and then there's others who don't care. But to scare this guy off for $3,000, even if I did upper and lower intake plenum gaskets, coils and plugs, maybe $1,000. If we fixed the EGR vacuum line, digital feedback, DPFE, I don't know, $200. Smoke test the evap system, replace some parts. I don't know where they come up with $3,000. There's no CAT efficiency codes. You saw it. I can only tell you what I see, and what I'm being told is that they told him it was $3,000 to fix the car, and they didn't describe it. Nor did they say that there's a broken vacuum line. But if you want honest, you want transparent, you want the right advice, I'm right here down the street in Cinnamon. Phone number's in the bio, address is in the bio. Make an appointment online. I mean, there's no reason that somebody should be scared off. And I'm going to tell you, scared this guy off thinking that this car wasn't worth, and for a fact, it's not rotted out. It's worth $3,000 because you can't buy a decent car for $3,000 today. So, I mean, someone put a coolant bottle in, they left the coolant bottle low. You know, I don't really know. All right, thanks for watching.